Houston's public safety, health, and infrastructure to sustain the city into the future.
Okay, so you're talking about taking up how much revenue per year?
Well, you know, my plan talks about a 10% of all the revenue that comes in to be put into an economist, and I'll be meeting with economists from the University of Houston and Rice University. They already have endowments, and TSU and like that we can put into an endowment, and we can also accept public funds into the endowment. It's an interest-only lockbox that will continue to grow, and politicians cannot touch the seed money. This is not a short-sighted plan, but one that will make Houston the envy of every metropolitan city of the world.
So they wouldn't be able to touch that 10%, but they'd be able to touch any interest income on it?
The interest that will come out of it, the endowment will have to designate that, you know, that it goes for public safety, health, and infrastructure only. That's my current plan. But we haven't written the charter amendment yet. But I commit to leading the effort to put a charter amendment forward for the voters' approval. I've been successful in the past. And once the charter amendment passes, the council or the charter amendment will instruct the city to contribute a percentage, and my figure recommends 10% of all city revenue into the city of Houston. This endowment will also accept private funds.
And this is not something you're proposing for this election, to put on the ballot this election. You're saying if you win the controller race, then you'll pursue this charter amendment.
When I win the controller's race, this will be the first item that I'm going to really push to get done. The future of Houston remaining a world-class city is too important, and our long-term financial decisions should be placed in the hands of professional money managers, just the same as traditional retirement and 401k accounts.
And I think the charter says, right, the charter can only be amended once every so many years. So assuming one of the charters this year is successful,
it would be 2 years.
2 years, so you'll have to, okay. I think that, you know, the question I think I've raised with you before is, you know, you're saying this will be a long-term sustainability move, right? This will help the city achieve long-term sustainability. But in the short term, it's taking $500 million in revenue away from the city's books.
Well, if it's 10%.
Yeah.
You know, we will look at that percentage when we do the charter amendment, and you know, the world-class educational institutions have recognized years ago that creating endowments for their sustainability and infrastructure was a critical component of long-term planning, and I'm bringing a plan to the voters of the city of Houston to stop the looming train wreck once and for all. My track record on referendums and initiatives with the support of enduring spirit of the voters have blessed Houston for the last 186 years. I know we will continue to lead Texas by example. We got to get this done. And I'm not intractable. I fully understand our plan will be adjusted based on serious people making serious, putting forth, contributing serious ideas. It's time to run our city government more responsibly. When I'm elected as your fiscal watchdog, you have my word that I'm concerned about the long-term, long-lasting prosperity of our city.
And you're talking about this topic of moving train wreck. So I guess I'm asking, you know, like former Mayor Parker has said, we're looking at like a $250 million deficit in the next administration. Probably there's going to be layoffs necessary. So if you add on top of that, you know, $500 million to take out of that, how does the city balance a budget with the $750 million budget?
Well, the citizens have been telling me for years, and I see waste constantly in government. I mean, like buying $3 million worth of cameras and GPS equipment for dilapidated garbage trucks so we know where they are. It's just ridiculous when we needed garbage trucks more than we needed this waste. I see a lot of waste in government, and that's one of the complaints people have made to me for years, that we have so much waste. Well, this will require that the city government, 10% is too much. Then I say, or you just don't want to save any money at all.
So, which cities around America have been employing a similar plan?
I don't know of any city in America. This is a revolution, but it's not a revolutionary plan for our higher institutions. And in fact, if you heard...
Should the city have one financial report presented to you by the Director of Finance, or should there be two, knowing that the office of the controller that you long for is not the same and it's not under the mayor? Should there be one financial report, or there should be a report from the controller and the financial director?
Well, once I'm elected, I will certainly start what's called a watchdog report. I will be highlighting to the public every month what my audits have been able to ascertain, what recommendations need to be made, and I will release the watchdog report once a month. People call me all the time about waste and about things that are going wrong in the city, and I'll set up a hotline, and I'll have an investigator on my staff, and we'll start the waste is in the city.
Thank you.
Good too.